hello everyone, Sophie here. I just wanted to give you a quick update. Last week I published a video. I was in tears. I was really, in a bad place. And I wanted to say thank you so much because I've had such lovely comments on that video. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you can go and check the video. I'm going to put it somewhere there. It should appear if I do my job properly with YouTube. But honestly, it's just warmed my heart so much. So I really wanted to make a video saying thank you so much. I'm just going to share my screen and show you some of the comments that I got because it actually gave me so many great insights. And I wanted to share them with you because maybe they'll help you. I mean, they really helped me. So I'm going to share my screen and show you that, okay? Okay, so here's the video. I'm going to pause it. And I've had some lovely comments, honestly. Okay, somebody, Alison, I think, said, break it down. One task for this week while you're making coffee or tea, throw away any extra teaspoons you have. Just one thing at a time, no matter how small. Declutter for yourself, not for YouTube. So I thought this was such a good idea, just break it down because the thing is the overwhelm, isn't it? This overwhelm. Oh my goodness. To be honest, Alison, I didn't do that particular thing because my teaspoons are okay, actually. So that's an okay thing. But I did keep your words in my mind, throughout the week. It's like, one thing at a time. Every single little bit of paper or little thing I can throw away is one less thing I have in my house. And I think this was, just so helpful and it really helped me. I'm sorry, I don't know the first names, but somebody lovely in Germany, which is the country next door to me. I actually live in Switzerland. Said, we got this and we'll break free eventually. And yes, I agree, we will. So thank you. This really helped me as well. Some comments had quite a few things, like the Proud Aussie said, agree with the above comments. I think she was agreeing with Alison. Just go at your own pace and break it down into smaller tasks. So, one drawer, one cupboard, etc. And if you don't have time, please don't be hard on yourself. And I agree that also, watching some organizing and decluttering videos, that does help me and motivate me. It's true. I do try to watch some. And I agree particularly with maybe start with the visible surfaces you can see because seeing clear surfaces visually makes you feel better and then move on to the hidden spaces. So I totally agree with you and I have been trying to do that. And one of the things I wanted to say is sometimes I wrestle with the don't be hard on yourself because I agree, by the way, I totally agree. And I really try not to be too hard on myself. And there's at the same time, there's this thing where I feel I have to push myself. Otherwise, I just don't do it. And at the same time, you're right, I mustn't be hard on myself. There's this sort of, there's also a part of me that just procrastinates, right? And that I can't help it. And it just drives me nuts. And if I finally bite the bullet and do it, then I feel better. So there's this balance to get, and it's just so tough sometimes. But anyway, thank you so much. And you're absolutely right about doing small tasks. It's just so true. And this account, I don't know your name, but Report the Troll. You had loads of good ideas like be kind to yourself. You don't have to be perfect. I mean, that seems to be a theme, right? Everybody says be kind to yourself. You don't have to be perfect. And it's true. And you're so right. And that's true. I put myself under so much pressure. And I think we all do, right? I think we really do. And anyway, but so thank you. So I'll really try. And you're so right that it takes time to change, doesn't it? I mean, it's like if I was trying to lose a massive amount of weight, I couldn't lose it overnight, right? And it's the same thing with clutter. I mean, it's accumulated over the years, and it's not going to happen overnight. I mean, again, and it's like a lifetime of, I've been married for 31 years. I've had 4 kids. Our eldest one is 25. He doesn't live here anymore. But what I mean is, I've had all this stuff accumulated from the 4 children. We've homeschooled them. Also, we've lived in this house for now 15 years, I think. So, there you go. It just accumulates. And I do have to just accept that it's going to take time. You're absolutely right. And yeah, I agree about the minimalism. So one of the tips was watch some minimalism video. I find the 50 things to get rid of as a minimalist type videos really inspirational. And that's true. I think that's something I'm going to do tomorrow. It's just like, even think, okay, I go in each room and I get rid of 5 things in each room or something like that. And, I'll do that. It does feel great to get rid of stuff. I agree with you. And another suggestion you made is, can you make some other kinds of videos, not just declutter, just vlog of your daily activities, some cleaning ASMR videos without talking, just background noise. Maybe just some tea and chat type of videos. So I'm trying to do this a little bit now, even though I haven't got tea. But yeah, you're right. So I'd be super interested to know if more people would be interested in these. I just thought, okay, I've just got to just declutter. I'm just going to focus on decluttering. But I'd really be up to definitely talking about some things and experiences. Definitely. I mean, for me, I'm always worried that it won't interest anybody, my stuff, my story. But I kind of quite like to talk about, I mean, I think we all like to talk about ourselves, but I certainly quite like to talk about myself. And certainly I've got a big story with mental health, and I've got over all kinds of different things. And if that could help some people, and if you'd like me to talk a little bit more about how I see the clutter and the relationship it has to my mental health, and also some of the relationships it has with my past, I'd be happy to share if that can be helpful to people. And also what you said about material things aren't really important. We come to this world with nothing and we leave with nothing. And you're so right. And focused on your loved one and family and friends. You're right. And, if you're healthy and have loved ones, you're already the luckiest person on earth. And you're absolutely right. And I do feel very, very, very grateful for my family. Again, I come from a background where I had a lot of trauma in my childhood and my adolescence, and it was really hard. And one of the biggest dream I had was to have a big family and 4 children, and I've got that, and I feel so, so grateful. But what I wanted to say is sometimes I do feel the clutter and the fact that I don't feel very peaceful in my home somehow is preventing me from having peaceful moments with my kids and my husband. It's a weird thing, right? And again, I'd love to know if people watching this, if you've been through this or if you go through this. But I have heard other people say when it's decluttered, when it's tidy, they feel more peaceful. They feel they're more able to spend time with their family, to enjoy things. And I find, so I don't think it's just an excuse I'm giving myself. I think it's a real thing, because I've heard other people say this, where I feel if it's tidy and reasonably, the surfaces are decluttered at least, I feel more able to be peaceful, to enjoy my time with my family. And I think that's one of the reasons why it bugs me so much. And it's why I'm so wanting to solve this problem. because at the end of the day, otherwise I just say, well, you know, who cares? It's a bit of mess. And I completely agree with you. I mean, I was there when my father died. I was there all the last few weeks, the last few days. I was there with him all the time. And I mean, I knew that material things were really not that important, but I think it brought it to my mind even more when I was with him when he was dying, because I was like, that the only important thing is the relationships we have. It's not a thing. It's the love we have, the relationships we have. You know, he had nothing. He was there just with nothing. But the important thing was I was there with him, and I was holding his hand, and I was there till the last minute. I'm going to start crying again, because whenever I talk about this, I start crying. But, you know, it was just so, yeah, it was just so powerful. I could feel exactly as you say, that I could lose everything. If I have my children and the love between us and my husband, it's okay. It's okay. Nothing else counts, really. And I so agree. So thank you for this. Thank you. And there was another comment, but I think it's maybe, oh yes, here. This one from Suzanne or Susan. Sorry, I don't know. I can never know if I have to pronounce it Suzanne, I think, right? You said, and I thought that was such a thoughtful comment. This made me think so much, you know. We said, could your problem be rooted in a misguided sense of loyalty to your father? Do you somehow feel you would judge him by adopting a different lifestyle for yourself? Does it feel like betrayal towards him, kind of negating his caring, loving way with you, which was connected somehow to his clutter? Maybe this Connecticut needs to be cut. And I think you meant this connection needs to be cut. And you need to every morning give yourself permission to declutter, while at the same time speak a prayer of gratitude for the blessing your dad was for you, regardless of all the dysfunction. And I think, you know, again, Suzanne, thank you so much for this thoughtful comment. And it really moves me, because I think you're so spot on. You're so spot on. I think there really is something there. Oh, sorry, the microphone. I think there really is something there where I feel that, you know, just to give you a tiny little bit of my family story, but my father was mentally ill, and he was a very, very intense and difficult person to be with, but he was also very, very loving, and we were very close. And he gave me, I'm very much like my father in many ways. Things I love, the way I am. I'm also very passionate, and I'm an idealist, and I go for what I believe in and all that stuff, and I'm creative and all that stuff, and that really, really comes from my father, and I received so much love from my father. He was as I say, he was very complicated, and boy, could I be angry with him. But he was also really a very, very important figure in my life. I was very connected with him. And my mother, that's a whole different story. And my mother, don't get me wrong, I love my mother to bits. And my poor mother, she has Alzheimer's, and it's a very different and difficult story as well. But she was very, very hard, very, very critical, very, very judgmental. She made me feel really bad, right? And now I know, because I've grown, and I know that I have to feel good about myself, and nobody can make me feel bad or good. But when you're a little kid, and when you're a teenager and you're not very happy in yourself, I mean, it was, you know, your mother's always criticizing. It was really, really difficult. And at the same time, sorry, I'm going on about this, but my father's house was chaotic. It was super messy. It wasn't particularly clean. It was very cluttered. And my father was completely overwhelmed by that and couldn't cope. but he was very loving. And on my mother's side, it was very, very clean, very sterile, very decluttered, and we couldn't do anything. You know, in my room, I wasn't allowed to put a poster on the wall or anything like that. So my mother was living with this guy who's now become her husband, but it was very weird, very, very weird. And so it was very decluttered, but it was very sterile and it wasn't loving. And I was very unhappy over there. And I think what you said, Suzanne, is I think is just spot on. I've said it before, but I think that's right. I think that there's this feeling that if my house, my home is decluttered and tidy, I'm going to become this person that my mother was, which is not loving, not hard, judgmental, critical. I don't want to be that person. And it's like, I want to be, there's this thing where I want to stay true to what my father was. I want to stay like my father. It's almost like I would sort of be distancing myself from him. It's almost like I need to be the full package, which is, by the way, crazy because I'm much more stable than he is. And I've done loads of things that he, you know, there's lots of things where I've broken out of the mold and been very different from my father. So I think this is just an extra step, but I think I need to give myself permission to go this extra step. So thank you so much, Suzanne, because that really, yeah, it really opened my eyes on something. And I thought, she's right. She's just right. I need to break that connection. And I know my father would be happy for me. I mean, he really would be, you know, he really, really would be. Sorry, I'm going to go full screen again, but I feel I'm a little bit small down there. Okay, I'm back. So, I just wanted to say thank you so much for all these comments and for your support. I mean, the channel's grown, like in about 5 days, I've gained about 13 subscribers or something. And there's all these lovely comments. And I tell you, I've just, yeah, I can't tell you how much this means to me. I mean, seriously, it's been so, I felt so much less alone, and I thought, I want to give back to you all, right? So just let me know. Really, really let me know, because this has been amazing, and I'm very happy to do all kinds of videos. So what I've done so far this week, I mean, it's only the middle of the week, it's Wednesday, so this is not, you know, I'm going to publish another video this week, but what I've done is I tried to go for something non-emotional. So I looked after my balcony. So outside of our I made a few little short videos about that. You can see them in the shorts, but anyway, outside of our kitchen, we have a front balcony, and I'm in the kitchen a lot, so I'm kind of seeing this balcony a lot, and we can also see it when we access our apartment, when we come into our home. So I'm always sort of faced with this, and it's not emotional at all. It doesn't have any sentimental value, but it was a bit full of mess, to be honest. I mean, like stuff that had been blown off by the wind, and old flowers and pots and stuff. So anyway, I thought, okay, this is quite neutral, so I'm going to go with that. So I wanted to do the pressure water hose thing, but unfortunately our machine has decided to not work. It was a complete disaster. I had water absolutely all over the place. So I've just sort of tried to scrub it a bit, and I threw some things away, and I did a big cleanup, and it didn't take me long. So that kind of is nice, because when I come in, I'm not faced with this mess all the time. There's still stuff to do, but that's what I've done. And tomorrow I'm going to work more on things inside of the flat, but yeah, just start with small manageable bits, and as I was saying before, I might just go into the house and just throw 5 things from 5 rooms, and I'll report back. But that's kind of yeah, that's so I'm less overwhelmed. I'm feeling better. and I think part of feeling better is just because I was able to recognize that. It was really, I really nearly didn't publish this video, but then I thought, I think I've just got to. And I think allowing myself to feel these emotions and to actually tell the world, I don't know, it really helped me, especially that I had all these lovely reactions and lovely messages. I mean, that's really helped me. I think if I'd had no reaction, maybe it would have been harder. But yeah, so again, I know I've said it about 3-4 times, but I want to say thank you again. Thank you so much. And I want to pay it forward, so I'm going to do my very best to turn up a lot on YouTube and show you my progress and share the ups and downs as I move forward. And let's help each other out, right? We can do this. We can do this. I feel uplifted, I have to say. So anyway, thank you everyone. I'll wrap it up and see you in the next video. Bye for now.